Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zeng here, and today I'm back with another episode of Road to Ranked, where I climb the online doubles ladder and provide live commentary as I go. We've been using Zeen Snorlax team for the last couple of days, and I think I'll probably play one more episode with it after today, and then we'll switch to something brand new. I'm trying to get some new teams in game, so my question of the day is actually, I want to know what Pokemon and strategies you want to see going into the next couple of days or so. We only have, I think, like, what, 2 weeks left of, or less than 2 weeks of Battle Stadium doubles, and then we switch to VGC 2020, so I'd really like to get some hype VGC 2020 teams built in-game, so that once the rules change in-game, we can switch over to that immediately. But, yeah, we're just going to get started with today's episode. As always, if you guys enjoy, please share support by leaving a like, and don't forget to check out Zeen, in the team if you want to try it out, is also in the description below. But we're up against another Vileplume Torkoal today, which we went up against yesterday. Yesterday we got absolutely destroyed by beat-up Mimikyu and Mudsdale. This time around, there's not that at least. But it is interesting where it's like kind of like a Trick Room team, but then you have Vileplume, Excadrill, and the Hawlucha, which are all pretty fast Pokemon. And you have the synergy between Hawlucha and Indeedee, which is kind of cool as well. Although I believe Hawlucha does not get Tailwind in this game, which makes it less of a threat, slightly. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? I am worried a lot about just Vileplume Torkoal as a lead, and a quick, like, after you Eruption. I'm running out of time, so I should probably pick something. Togekiss. Togekiss. Rotom. Snorlax. This seems odd. Excadrill. I feel like I probably needed Gyarados in this one for the Excadrill and the Hawlucha, but yeah, I'm like less inclined to lead my Excadrill because my opponent has that Vileplume Torkoal combination, which we didn't go up against yesterday, but I still think is really scary, similar to Logan Torkoal back in VGC 2017 with After You and Eruption. And alright, it is Vileplume Torkoal. Okay, well, I guess that's what I wanted to see. Vileplume's so cute. Yeah, this is not bad. Okay. You could After You Eruption here, but I don't think you go for that. I mean, Vileplume might just try to, like, Sleep Powder me. I don't want to Dynamax. Problem is that even if I set up Misty Terrain, both of my Pokemon are grounded, so that doesn't really help me. I guess I should probably prioritize knocking out Vileplume, right? Yeah. What would the point of Dynamaxing be? To survive, I guess, an attack, but I have to worry about Sleep Powder. I guess I'll Heat Wave. And just Thunderbolt Vileplume. I guess I'm expecting a Sleep Powder here, yep. But we dodge it, which is very fortunate. But that's the risk of running, like, you know, this kind of lead, right? If you miss and you're relying on, like, you first of all, like, yeah, I mean, the upside is if my opponent leads this into something that, like, gets wrecked by After You Eruption, then that's really good. But then you're relying on inaccurate Sleep Powder right from the start, as Torkoal's gonna Flamethrower. Yeah, so that's, like, the best case scenario, honestly. Really happy about how that played out. But the thing is, even if that Sleep Powder connects, Rotom takes a turn of sleep immediately, and then the following turn, I'll probably just go for, like, Dazzling Gleam Thunderbolt. So if you missed the Sleep Powder on the Togekiss, then we're also in a good spot. It is Mold Breaker Excadrill. So, I mean, this is still tricky, because Excadrill certainly could Dynamax here, and I didn't bring Gyarados. But I guess I could just follow me here, right? And maybe Dynamax Rotom this game? What do I have in the back? Snorlax on my own Excadrill. I could Dynamax my own Excadrill, I guess. But Dynamaxing Rotom here actually seems a little tempting. Maybe that's a mistake. I think the Excadrill Dynamaxes, and the thing is, if you Dynamax Excadrill, yeah, I guess follow me here is probably the safest option. And I think I actually will Dynamax Rotom and go for a Max Geyser into Excadrill. Because any chip damage onto that, and it is Dynamax, yeah, any chip damage onto that will put it in KO range. I still don't know about that decision, though. The thing is, now you have the Steel Spike, right? And, I mean, if you're not Steel Spiking, then you're getting redirected into Togekiss, which means that you do nothing. you could go for a Rock Fall as well, which would make sense. But then the main thing is that Torkoal won't do damage against me because you're only, I mean, you can do some damage, right? But like Solar Beam is your main means of offense against Rotom. And if you're Solar Beaming here, I'm going to change the weather, so you won't be able to Solar Beam. And if you're not Solar Beaming, then at, you know, best you're Flamethrowing in the sun, or sorry, in the rain, and that's totally okay. So I think because I have Follow Me protection here, this honestly is not bad. I was more worried about Excadrill not Dynamaxing than just like Earthquaking. So if my opponent doesn't steal, if my opponent like Max Quakes here, like that's probably just game. And my opponent went for it. Wow, yeah, that is so risky. So Geyser here, we'll just change the weather. Now I don't think Torkoal even KOs us with the Flamethrower onto Togekiss. It'll be close. I mean, I don't really have much health left on that, but this is now rain instead of sun, so it's doing so much less damage. And he went for a Flamethrower here. Well, at least that wasn't a Solar Beam. A Solar Beam there would have been so bad for my opponent, but yeah, we hang on. Nice. Okay, that's obviously amazing for us, so I'll just go for another Follow Me here, and another Max Geyser, I think, into Excadrill. Actually, it might be better to target Torkoal here. That might seem weird, but I could... I mean, I guess Torkoal's not doing any damage here. And if Max Geyser connects, it will just knock out Excadrill. So yeah, let's just still target it. I mean, Excadrill could Max Guard here, and Torkoal could have gone for a Flamethrower, or a Switch Out like my opponent went for, so both of those are valid plays. But you can see now that if we knock out my opponent's Excadrill, my Excadrill will just win this game at this point, I think. Yep, just a Steel Spike. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. So, but that's the thing, right? If you want to beat Torkoal and Vileplume, you... Like, that's the scary thing. My opponent ended up leading with it, so we lucked out in the sense that I ended up leading the best counter to that, I think, with my team. Where, like, I don't get destroyed by After Eruption. Because if I lead Excadrill there, I honestly probably just lose the game. Like, it's just so bad for me. And we got lucky with the dodge, obviously, from Sleep Powder. But that's why it is not exactly the most reliable strategy. But... just having it in team preview enough is already really scary because it forces your opponent to basically bring something where you have to have a decent matchup against it. But we're in a really good spot now. Yeah, we can just bring out the Excadrill. Torkoal will come out, but we can change the weather one last time with a Max Geyser. And that should just wrap up the game because Torkoal won't be doing any damage to us in rain, especially against AB Excadrill. So yeah, Dynamax Rotom really coming in clutch in this game. It really did a great job. I'll just double up onto the Hatterene, I guess, so it can't set up Trick Room. It might survive a Max Geyser and an Iron Head, but like, I don't think my opponent can win now with me having Snorlax in the back, plus me being able to change the weather, and Torkoal not being able to Dynamax. Worst case, Hatterene protects here, or I guess worst case is it doesn't protect. Torkoal crits a Flamethrower on. I mean, if it crits, the weather will change, so I don't think my opponent really has any outs here at all. We'll see. Is there a Protect? Nope. No, but Berry looks like as well. Though, wow, that took out really nicely. Although, I guess this Excadrill has, like, no offense, so it's not too shocking. Could have doubled up onto the Torkoal there, but, like, yeah, I don't think Torkoal just does any damage once we get the rain up here. I guess unless it's Sunny Day Hatterene. I don't know if that gets Sunny Day. But I think it should be Trick Room in here. How much does this do against AB Excadrill and Rain? Less than half. Very nice. And my opponent doesn't even have to set up Trick Room. Whoa, that did so much. Okay, I was like, is that Specs? But no, it just turns out to be Crit. It's Life Orb, yeah, that makes sense. Specs Hatterene makes no sense, right? You need to set up Trick Room on it. I mean, you could have Specs and Trick Room, I guess, but that would be very odd. And I'm just trying to think if there's any way to play this safer where I don't have to rely on like hitting all my attacks. And I think the best way is actually to Earthquake here. Then switch out into Snorlax. Reason being is because Hatterene might protect here if I Earthquake. Because I Mold Breaker, I'll attack my own Rotom. So that play pretty much guarantees us everything. Because even if we crit our own Snorlax, that's fine. EQ will knock out the opposing Hatterene. And it'll put Torkoal in Thunderbolt KO range. So I think that like guarantees us the win. I mean, we also could have just Iron-headed the Hatterene and Thunderbolted the Torkoal, I guess. Yeah, I mean, we were in such a good spot there. There is really not much that my opponent could have done. So, definitely a fortunate game for the early Sleep Powder miss on my... excuse me. Yeah, I think if that Sleep Powder connects, it makes this game a little bit more interesting, for sure. Heat Wave would have done a lot, and then the next turn you still have to hit the Sleep Powder on Togekiss and hope that Rotom doesn't wake up, as we're up against James. I'm not sure if this is James Beck or not, but if it is, that would be very exciting. Although I think James has been using like kind of obscure teams, so I'm not sure this is him. But But there are a lot of other great VGC James. There's James Evans, who won the Senior Division War Championships in 2018, so I wonder if that's him. Either way, cool comp. This seems like something you would have gone up against in like 2013 or 12 with the Hitmontop, Rotom, T-Tar, X-Ken, and Gastrodon. Mimikyu being the only real new member on that side. And the Hitmontop on that team composition makes Snorlax's life a little bit more difficult. And I really like the Gastrodon pick there as well. So this is going to be interesting. It's a very, very just overall well-rounded team composition, I think, from my opponent's end. So what do I want to lead into it? I mean, a quick Intimidate from Gyarados does not seem too bad here. It's just that I'll probably want to switch out immediately. And I actually really need to be careful about Gyarados because I want to conserve it for Gastrodon. Although I think like Snorlax actually operates quite nicely here as well. I mean, I could lead Togekiss Excadrill, but don't really like that too much. I like the quick Intimidate, I think, from Gyarados. Not sure I want to bring Rotom into this matchup. Gyarados, Excadrill, Togekiss, Snorlax? I don't know about that. Don't know. Yeah, I don't think this is the best lead that I could have come up with, but it's definitely a tricky team comp to go up against. Very, very solid synergies around the board. I mean, it's like a standard sand team, more or less, but I like the Mimikyu a lot. I like the Hitmontop a lot. It's funny because like we don't see as many Fake Out and Intimidate users now that both of those are not nearly as good as they were in previous gens, but obviously, like, I think like Hitmontop's just, you know, solid pick to begin with. As it is, Mimikyu and Excadrill. Okay, so the quick Intimidate here is obviously good, and our Excadrill is actually not in a bad spot. I wonder if it's Mold Breaker on the other side, but it doesn't look like it. Okay. So the big question is what I want to do turn 1, right? I have a lot of offensive pressure right now. I have to worry about like Will-O-Wisp from Mimikyu and Excadrill Dynamaxing, but neither of those seem too bad for me. Part of me wants to switch into Snorlax to potentially just get a quick, like, burn, so then Facade just, you know, will do more damage for the rest of the game. What I'm also thinking is Dragon Dancing and Dynamaxing and Steel Spiking Mimikyu, because I have Mold Breaker, so I'll just knock out Mimikyu and get a defense boost. That actually doesn't seem too bad. I mean, he could Dynamax with his Excadrill, but after the Intimidate and after I Dynamax, I don't think a double up will even knock out my Excadrill. And if I get a Dragon Dance off, like, this Gyarados will really put in a lot of damage in against all of his team. So let's see. Not a bad lead for sure. I'm glad that I got the Intimidate off on 2 big physical type attackers. I have to worry about Will-O-Wisp, but I don't know. I feel like it's alright for one of my Pokemon to get burned right now. And we are Dynamaxing first, and my Excadrill is max speed actually, so it could be just an Excadrill speed tie here. I wouldn't be surprised to see us Excadrill Dynamax, but that's not terrible for us. Especially because we've got the Intimidate off, and we'll be able to get a defense boost with Steel Spike. But maybe switching into Snorlax was still the better call, and yeah, he's going to Dynamax his Excadrill. I mean, what I would have done differently? The first question is, where's Will-O-Wisp going into, I guess? That is the first question. Yeah, maybe Dragon Dancing wasn't the best call, because maybe I want to swap out Gyarados and back in for more Intimidates later on. There's Will-O-Wisp, and alright, it is going to Excadrill. That makes sense. And, okay, we've gone first twice, so I wonder if Excadrill is just slower than us. Ah, Steel Spike almost gets the KO. That was so close. Is it in KO? Is it in range where if we break the disguise it will faint? I honestly cannot tell. And he's going to be max whipping you, okay. But now it's -1 attack, and we're at +1 defense. Nice, yeah, we take that really nicely. Okay, not bad. Not bad, not bad. We might want to avoid getting burned on Gyarados next turn, though. Okay. And we'll get a Dragon Dance off, which is great. I just don't know. Like, if Mimikyu had a little bit more damage, I'd be confident that if we Waterfall, we'll break the disguise and get the KO. Let's see. That's so close. I think it gets the knockout. But I really, really, really don't want to get burned. I really don't want to get burned. I might just play it safe here. I really hate to do that, but... This means if you brought Excadrill, there's probably a Tyranitar in the back, right? Which means you couldn't have brought both Rotom and Gyarados? Or Gastrodon? I think that Mimikyu's in KO range. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'll just... do I risk Power Whipping? Its accuracy is so much worse, but Gastrodon could... but then I don't think Gastrodon switches in here. Alright, I'll Waterfall and go for a Max Quake now. Next turn. Actually, I think Gastrodon really might switch in here. Yeah. Oh, I came so close to Power Whipping that too. Alright, that's fine. Well played. I just didn't want to risk missing a Power Whip. Okay, so I guess we speed tie, yeah. That makes sense. It'd be really weird if he wasn't max speed. Is that a crit? That hurts. That one really hurts. Oh, man, that sucks. Yeah, we would have gotten a lot of good damage off there. I mean, obviously we're burned, but we also get a special defense boost, which is quite nice. So that's definitely frustrating, but what can you do? I'll bring out Togekiss here. I mean, it's really not the end of the world for us yet, but I just think we actually had a really good matchup given the lead, and I did not play well. If I mean, Power Whipping there, I just didn't want to risk missing Mimikyu, but wasn't sure if Gastrodon was going to be in the back. Honestly, kind of want to go for a second Dragon Dance here. Second Dragon. Is that worth it? Because I can see Gastrodon protecting here, and I don't want to just Power Whip into a Protect. Yeah, actually, we'll just Dragon Dance and go for a Heat Wave, I think. Yeah, like, I could go for a Scald, I guess. But let's see. Yep, okay, there's the Protect. Good. So, let's hope to not get... it's probably going to Rock Fall the Gyarados. Maybe I should have followed me onto Togekiss to avoid taking more damage on Gyarados, actually. That might have been the move. Let's see how much it does. Yep, there's Rock Fall. Who's it targeting? Into Gyarados, yep. Yeah, not much at all. Okay, good. So Sand is up, so it'll be faster now, but I think that's alright. Because we'll get a Heat Wave off, and then next turn we can just Power Whip Gastrodon and Heat Wave again. Heat Wave. Does connect. Worried about Weakness Policy Excadrill right now. Oh, it's not. And we get a burn. Okay, that makes up for the miss last turn, I guess. Yeah, I think Gyarados might just be able to sweep through his entire team now because it has Power Whip. So, now we can just Power Whip the Gastrodon. We have to hope to not miss, I guess. Yep, Power Whip Gastrodon and just click Heat Wave here, I think. I could follow me, I guess, to avoid Scald Burn. I could still lose on a Rock Slide crit as well. I'm assuming it's Rock Slide and not Stone Edge. I think Power Whip at +2 knocks out Rindo Gastrodon as well. And if it does, then Heat Wave becomes single target. If you switch out Tyranitar or Mimikyu, I think both of those are getting knocked out as well. So the question is what the last Pokemon is. But yeah, Gyarados is in a really good spot right now. I still gotta play this better though. Turn 1 went really well, and I just think like turn 2 I botched. The crit obviously didn't help, but that burn kind of makes up for it, like I mentioned. But I think I could have played a bit better. I don't know if it's worth Power Whipping there. It does catch most switch outs. And I think it was in KO range, but like if we miss that and Gyarados gets burned, that's really bad because I feel like Gyarados is the main win condition there. So I don't necessarily feel terrible about the play there. Alright, Gastrodon switches out. It's a good switch. It might be Rotom coming in. Nope, it's just Mimikyu. Alright, if we connect on this Power Whip, we'll be in a great spot. We need to avoid to get flinched or crit here too. That does no damage. Okay, nice. And it procs Weakness Policy, so as long as we don't get flinched here on really either Pokemon. I think if Togekiss doesn't get flinched, then the game's just over. And if Gyarados gets flinched, or sorry, if Togekiss gets flinched but Gyarados doesn't, that's also fine. Power Whip, alright, misses. Heat Wave, no flinch, and doesn't connect. Very nice, okay. Woof! Perfect, yeah. That's also why like Weakness Policy Togekiss is sick, right? Like you get an Intimidate off against Excadrill. Let's see if the Mimikyu was gonna faint from the Disguise. I honestly could not tell. Yeah, it would have fainted, okay. So, yeah, maybe Power Whipping earlier would have been better. I'm still really not entirely sure, but Gyarados is putting in so much work against this entire team comp. I think part of the reason is because the only threat to it really is Rotom, and so in order to really pressure Gyarados, you need Rotom and Gastrodon next to each other. And I'm not sure my opponent brought Rotom in this game, given that I would expect Tyranitar to be the last Pokemon. So let's see. Yeah, there it is. Okay, trying to think if there's Anything we need to be careful of? I think we still might need to hit a Power Whip to win this, which is scary, right? Oh, man, that actually is pretty scary. Does +2 Dazzle knock out Tyranitar? I'm pretty sure it doesn't. What's the other play I'm thinking of? Protect this turn? And just Dazzling Gleam? Otherwise it's Power Whip Tyranitar and Dazzling Gleam. But I lose if it's Weakness Policy. I think I like protecting here more. This might be a throw. I needed more time to think about this. The reason I'm protecting here is because then I get a free switch into Snorlax, whereas if I miss Power Whip, I just get double KO'd. And Tyranitar ends up protecting. Okay. Might be going for a burn onto me then. And I mean, I don't think an Ice Beam will KO us. This just gives me more outs, I think. Yeah, because now, and Scald into... Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Is that perfect? I mean, I guess we're in the same position now, aren't we? Where I need to hit the Power Whip. Unless it's not Weakness Policy Tyranitar, but I'd be shocked if it wasn't. I think Gastrodon surely protects here, and Tyranitar Rock Slides. So at +1 defense, is it worth Dragon Dancing here? That doesn't really make much sense, does it? I think we just double up into Tyranitar. I mean, I could have gone for Air Slash, but that doesn't seem great either. Yeah, Gastrodon protects. Alright, if we hit Power Whip, we win this game. If not, things will get a lot dicier. Power Whip does connect, though. Okay. Oof. This Gyarados is a beast. It really just soloed through this entire team. And, yeah. And we got the Weakness Policy activated as well. Yeah, I thought the lead was really good for us, and once again, turn 2, like, I kind of messed up by not Power Whipping. I don't know if that's, like, necessarily a misplay, because, like, there are a lot of things that can happen there, and once again, if Gyarados gets burned this game, it just becomes an entirely different game, where my main win condition is so much more weakened, and as we saw, like, even without the burn on Excadrill, I think we could have totally pulled this one off. But it obviously helped out a lot, kind of trading off for the crit earlier. So, yeah, we ended up getting a win there, but that was a really cool team. Yeah, once again, really reminds me of the teams from back in the day, in like 2012, 2013, but Mimikyu is definitely a great addition there. But that's why Mold Breaker Excadrill is pretty sick, because you can just attack through Mimikyu, and the most they can do is burn you, but like we still did so much damage with that Steel Spike. And that initial defense boost was super, super helpful as well. So, we'll play a third game today. Alright, we're going to find our third opponent of the day. They're ranked 53rd, so yeah, we're both on the top 100, which is exciting. And they have a Roserade! I hope that comes out. I want to lose to Roserade. That would be cool. And Chandelure. If you take away the Dragapult, this looks like a team, once again, from like 2012 and 2013. But even from 2012 and 2013, if you saw this in team preview, you would be like, what the heck is going on? Right now, I'm like, what the heck is going on? That's a really cool team composition. I don't know what to do here. I'm very scared about Roserade because I don't know what it does. Like, in all my years of playing, I've, like, never played against it. What do I do? Goal should be, well, Roserade actually counters the Rotom a fair amount. Actually gives Togekiss a lot of problems as well. I'm so scared. What do I do? What do I do? I just don't know what to lead into this. It's like a very interesting team composition. Kind of like Togekiss, I guess. Might want to Dynamax Togekiss this game. Like, Max Airstreams might actually be the way to go in this game. Togekiss Gyarados for Quick Intimidate onto the opposing Excadrill, I guess. My Excadrill. Rotom seems like such a good pick here. Like, I kind of want to bring Snorlax, though. Because it doesn't... My opponent doesn't have that much offense against it. The reason I don't want to bring Rotom is because Roserade will actually obliterate it. And Mold Breaker Excadrill isn't a great look into it either. But the more I think, I don't know. Like, it's definitely a Pokemon we're in a best of 3 I would definitely consider bringing after this game. But let's see. Okay. And I actually just checked my Twitter. It looks like our opponent was James Evans, who was the 2018 Seniors World Champion. So good game to James there. Definitely got a little lucky with the burn. Okay, Gyarados Excadrill here against Gyarados and Togekiss. God, this hurts my head. Both Pokemon are faster than mine. I I really want to Dynamax. Here's what I want to do. I want to Dynamax Togekiss, Max Airstream, and I think Dragon Dance. Yeah, because if you target my Togekiss, like, I won't be taking too much damage, especially after Dynamax. You might Max Airstream as well, but you'll proc my weakness policy. And then after Dragon Dance, Gyarados will outspeed my opponent's side. That doesn't seem bad. Gyarados has been really good. This Dragon Dance set is really fun. So I'm glad I get to use this a little bit more today. It's actually been able to put in a lot of offense. So let's see. Yeah, I mean, both of these Pokemon can Dynamax, but I don't think that's that much of a problem, because if you Dynamax Excadrill and you target my Togekiss, for example, then you proc weakness policy, and +2 Airstream should just knock out the Gyarados, and then I'll be faster. If you Dynamax Gyarados, that's fine. You'll go for Airstreams yourself, and Excadrill switches out, which I'm fine with. So, is that Roserade? It's out! Roserade is out, and Gyarados is Dynamaxing, so we're going to be trading Airstreams, which actually might not be great for me. Oh, goodness. That's cool. That's cool. I mean, I assume it's like Sludge Bomb Roserade. I mean, you probably Airstream my Togekiss here and then go for Sludge Bomb next turn, so I really hope that doesn't knock me out. Oh, man, this actually isn't great, is it? Because then my opponent could just double up into Togekiss next turn. That was an excellent switch out. Really, really great switch out. Maybe I should have just Heat Wave Waterfall. That would have probably just knocked out Roserade. I wonder what item is on it, though. I would guess like Sash or Assault Vest. But it could be like Specs. Or Life Orb, too. Or maybe it's just something completely obscure. Yeah. That was really good play by my opponent. Oh, but it targets Gyarados. Okay, that's better for us. Because now I'm not sure a double up will even knock out my Togekiss. I really hope it doesn't. And my opponent might even proc my weakness policy. Not bad damage there. We'll be faster with Gyarados too now. Yeah, so we're at +1 attack now, +2 speed. Maybe I go for another Airstream into Roserade and another Dragon Dance. That seems a little aggressive. But it would mean outspeeding the opposing Gyarados again, wouldn't it? An Airstream won't knock us out here. But it might I might get doubled up into. And I have a chance of flinching with Waterfall as well, so let's go for Waterfall. Oh my goodness! Wow! That was very fortunate. It's so fast and it well, I mean, it's not surprising that it outsped us, but... Wait, so that's Scarf then, right? Because we're at +2 speed. That's the thing with Sleep Powder, it's such... I mean, we got really lucky today dodging these, as... Wow, Rock Ball almost KOs us. Is that... What Gyarados is running Bounce and Stone Edge? It must be a choice version, right? Banned is what I would assume. We got lucky avoiding the Sleep Powder, although it's not like my opponent was targeting the Togekiss slot anyway. But yeah, definitely some good fortune today. Like... Sleep Powder is one of the most frustrating moves to go up against in this game because it's so inaccurate, where it's like when your opponent hits it, you're like, oh my goodness. But then it feels really good when it misses, obviously. So we definitely got pretty lucky, and yeah, today. RNG has been on our side, which makes me feel better after the sling of misses we had with that Will-O-Wisp team. But yeah, Sleep Powder is just such an inaccurate move that it's always like you never want to be in a position to just like be throwing it out unless like you need to early game. Or like super late game, I would say. But this was like an early game position to use it. I think now we're just in a really good spot. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for another Airstream. Let's see. Gyarados got another boost, right? I think Snorlax just wins now, as well as Excadrill. But let me Airstream the Gyarados. I think that's still more of a threat. And it shouldn't have Max Guard because I think it's a Bandit set. And just Waterfall the Togekiss, yeah. Maybe I should have doubled up into something for a KO there. Yeah, I think doubling into Togekiss actually was better. Yeah, it really does no damage, jeez. Okay, well, we'll be faster now with Togekiss after Dynamax ends, and then what we can do is just bring out our Excadrill. Although if it is Scarf Gyarados, it will revert back with Scarf. So Max Airstream into my Gyarados, yep. Okay. Yeah, definitely a fortunate Sleep Powder avoid there. So we didn't really see too much of what Roserade could have offered, but yeah, Roserade, Vileplume, Sleep Powder users. No surprise there. Yawn! Okay, that's cool. That's pretty neat. But I think that's just still fine, because with Sand, like with my opponent setting up Sand, like I think I'm afraid of getting crit Waterfall into Excadrill, so I think it's probably safer to bring out my Snorlax here. And I think what we'll go for is just Dazzling Gleam, which, even if it doesn't knock out Gyarados, I think it will be in KO range after Sand. And probably just a Facade. We just want to knock out Snorlax at this point. Or sorry, Gyarados at this point, right? Ooh, this is still interesting, because my opponent has Excadrill on the back, so we're definitely not in the clear quite yet. I don't know how our speeds match up. Gleam, and maybe it's better to actually Curse. Because I think Togekiss probably goes for the Yawn onto my Snorlax, but yeah, okay. I think you definitely Yawn Snorlax. Ugh. Yawn is a really great tech move there. Even though we dodged the Sleep Powder, we're not necessarily in a great spot here. Nice play. Yep, there's the Yawn. So maybe it would have been better to actually just have attacked here and then like switch out. The thing is now, can my opponent deal with Snorlax? I'm not sure she can. But Togekiss now falls asleep. And I don't think I just want to switch into Excadrill on my end. Oh, maybe I actually should have swapped out Togekiss there, honestly. I think that would have been better. Yeah, I think I made a mistake by not doing that. Now I don't want to switch it out for sure. I think I'll go for the Facade here. I played this endgame kind of poorly, I think. The Yawn completely caught me off guard. That's a really nice tech move on Togekiss. So I wonder what move it does not have as a result. We also, if we get an early wake up here, I mean, I assume Iron Head KOs after, like, an Air Slash as well? Okay, yeah. I mean, we could have switched out an Excadrill there. I just don't feel great about that. It's the Dazzling. The thing is, I don't think my opponent has enough damage for this Snorlax. So I think Snorlax might be able to just close this out for us. We come very short of knocking it out there with Facade, though. It's a little unfortunate, but that's okay. The main thing is we're asleep now. Yawn was a really great move. I think I probably needed to switch out, but I don't know, like, last turn, I think I need to switch out Togekiss into Excadrill. And then maybe instead of going for Curse, just have gone for Facade. I just got kind of caught off guard by the Yawn, which was really nicely done. Now the question is, do you switch Togekiss out into Gyarados? I mean, if you do, an Earthquake's not even knocking out the Excadrill anyway, right? But then, I get to try to wake up with Snorlax. I think Snorlax could still close this game out by itself. Yeah, I'll Earthquake, and I mean, I can't do anything this turn with Snorlax, so that doesn't matter. I think Togekiss should switch out into Gyarados here. But it doesn't, it follow Mies! That's ideal! Because I think EQ should just knock out Excadrill. Oh, we outspeed! I mean, that was probably a speed tie. Does this KO? We don't have any attack investment. Wow, it does. Okay, so we got lucky there. I think the better play for my opponent is definitely to switch Togekiss out into Gyarados, though, for the Intimidate. I don't think Follow Me is great there, because you just lose to Earthquake. I'm not sure if I would have been able to survive into Earthquake or High Horsepower from the opposing side, though, so that still might have come down to a speed tie. But this was a game where, theoretically, I think Snorlax could have 3v1 as well. But we got quite fortunate there. We've been lucky today, for sure. RNG has definitely been more on our side than against in this one. So definitely have to acknowledge that. Okay, I'll just Iron Head and Recycle. I could still lose, though. Like, I definitely could still lose this, especially if that's Banded Gyarados and I get a 3-turn sleep. But, okay, I end up being faster. Okay, that should be good then. Well, let's see. I would lose this, I mean, Gyarados, I assume Gyarados is Banded because it is probably choice given its moveset that we saw. So you Waterfall Excadrill here, and now you basically go for flinches or crits against the Snorlax, yeah. So if I get a 3-turn sleep or get flinched or crit a bunch, we can still lose this. But we managed to wake up too. Oh, I don't know why I clicked Recycle. Whoops. That was actually a really big mistake. I should have cursed. 100% should have cursed. I deserve to lose this one for that blunder, honestly. That was actually a really bad mistake. I was just clicking buttons without even thinking there. So yeah, don't throw games away like that. We'll see if we get crit or flinched here. No, that does nothing. Okay, so we are fine anyway, but it's always obviously better to just to make sure you know what you're doing instead of just mindlessly clicking. And no flinch there. Nice. Yeah, I think a lot of things could have gone wrong today. If those sleep powders connect, these games would have been a lot tougher. The thing with sleep powder is it's such a variable move, and there's so many outcomes that can happen. We'll just recycle to be safe here, because even if we get flinched or crit now, you have to go for multiple. Like even like I think like 2 crits back to back will KO us. So yeah, okay, that should be game. Wow, definitely some really intense games today. Cool. I think I got lucky in all of them though. Like I'm happy with how I played, and I don't think I needed the RNG to win any of them, but. At the end of the day, it's like I was definitely more fortunate than my opponents, and that's a factor of the game as well. And sleep powders, once again, like it adds so much variance to the game, because like so many things can happen with it, and Facade gets the KO there. Nice. Yeah, so Snorlax, I mean, once again, demonstrating its worth. That's why I wanted to bring into this game. I just felt like my opponent didn't really have that many great means of offense. But yeah. Roserade, really scary, but in the end, it was just clicking Sleep Powder there. But definitely a cool pick. I think it was Scarf Roserade, given that it outsped Gyarados at +2 speed. And it was at +1 speed from the Airstream, so I'm pretty sure that was Scarf. So it would have been interesting to see how things would have played out today if the Sleep Powders connect, but overall, definitely a really fun episode and some really solid games today. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to check out Zeen and his team. Once again, linked in the description below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, peace.